going all around the world to explore music, dive into psychology and philosophy. My name is Rosalie Elliott, your hostess. I have a master's in counseling psychology. I've worked as a teacher and a therapist and a coach, and I'm now here currently reviewing music to provide you therapy in a different way through reactions, through documentaries, and educational videos. I'm also a singer-songwriter, so music is my jam, and I'm all about exploring the world because it's so much bigger than we realize. The Old Norse word Lyfjaberg means healing hill or healing mountain, and it's known from Norse mythology and the Eddic poem Fjölsvinnsmal as a place of comfort and a cure for the sick and sore who manage to climb the mountain and bear offerings at the shrines there. The wind, the crunching sound of the pebbles and rocks and water beneath. It's all those things that impact us. This is so peaceful. Oh, so in touch with earth. I can almost feel it. Burden lightens, but heavy is the trail ahead. You're leaving your clothes behind, all the earthly possessions, if you will. Your burdens lighten, the things we carry with us as we climb a mountain, as we seek God, as we seek healing, as we try to be in touch with nature and find a higher level of consciousness and understanding and being in tune with the transcendent and the beyond. It makes the burden feel light, but the trail is heavy. It makes me think of Bible verse that says the path is narrow. It makes me think of monks, Buddhist monks, and various religions where those who really want to climb higher, to grasp things, must spend time, must do the work to climb. So not only literally here climbing to that ancient mountain, but I see it in various cultures and religions, this idea that the trail is hard. You have to be willing to do the hard work. Even in therapy, even when it comes to working out and being healthy and fit in your body, it's a heavy trail. It's a hard road. And yet somehow this paradox that your burdens will be lightened, that you will maybe also be able to release the things that we hold so dear, that we put so much weight on, that are actually holding us back when it comes to understanding life, finding healing and peace. This is more than just physical healing in my mind. Very powerful, very profound. All the nature, so therapeutic. The water, the snow, the ice. There's so much part of it, more than we realize. Wow. Wow. It gives me goosebumps. Beautiful. All mythology aside, there is so much healing, even being more surrounded by nature. I know not everybody gets healed just because they go for a hike or up a mountain, but scientifically, nature, movement, fresh air, healthy food, fellowship, communion does so much for the human body and spirit. But then there's also something from a psychological standpoint that is so powerful when we look at mythologies and we look at stories and myths that have part truth and part the fantastical. Even that in itself, I think, does something with people, even mentally, to be able to hope and believe. The power of hope is powerful, literally. There's something about believing something that you can do for yourself. I think that in and of itself can be therapeutic to feel like if you do something, you can get better mentally, physically, knowing that there's something you can do about your situation and that you are not paralyzed in fear, in your ailment, that you can still find a way to keep living, to find meaning. Even if you're physically not able to, being mentally able to, if you're mentally not able to, finding ways to find meaning and purpose in life, that is therapeutic. To think that you can go up a mountain and become one with nature, that in itself, I think, is therapeutic. To have something to work for, to fight for, to believe in, that in itself, I think, gives people hope and a sense of purpose. Um, Even if it's just a fickle hope or a glimmer of possibility, or if it's a firm belief and conviction, hope is powerful and it allows people to fight for something, to work towards something. Again, as I mentioned earlier, that duality between understanding that if you want to accomplish and achieve something, pretty much in anything in life, you have to climb the mountain, you have to go the distance. And even though it's hard work, at the same time, your burdens will become lighter. You will find a certain level of peace. This goes for doing the hard work to be healthy and fit. Burdens lightening, literally, weight coming off. In mental health, when it comes to psychology, doing the work, going to therapy, seeking help, reaching out to people, reading resources, going up the mountain, literally and figuratively speaking. Burdens will lighten as we shift our perspective. I love how even illness was personified and was told to go into the depths of the water, into the depths of the ocean, where neither sun or moonlight can touch it. I loved how they were pretty much cursing sickness and ailment. I think that also taps into our human desire to put away with pain. We there's this dance between understanding it's part of life, just as death is, and being one with nature and understanding that dark and light is all part of the picture. But at the same time, understanding that the desire to get rid of pain and of suffering is universal, and finding a way to curse it to the depths of the mountain and to the depths of the water where it cannot come back up from, to be able to detach from that type of pain and going, this is not my identity, my diagnosis, my illness, my suffering is not who I am. I can separate from it and I can leave it in that mountain. I can leave it at the foot of the cross, as a Christian would say, or with God, as many religions teach. I can leave it in the mountain, as this Norse mythology and this poem is creating in the mind and literally through nature, and a solid mountain, a rock, this place of comfort, something tangible that we can go towards. We see it in religion, we see it in psychology, in therapy, where it's helpful to have a goal and an action plan, if you will. It's helpful to word and put in words and verbalize what's hurting. It's helpful to do tangible things, right? Like acting out a scenario with your therapist and reliving a certain moment through ESMR to create a new associations and new links in our brain with that traumatic experience, to story ourselves something new. We find it in so many different ways where we have to do something to find healing, to detach physically, mentally. And I think this song, though it's clearly about the Norse mythology, is so powerful because I think all of us, regardless of religion or spiritual affiliation or perspectives on science versus spirituality, etc., we can all see that we all can walk up a healing mountain. For some of us, that'll be literal. For some of us, figuratively. For others, it'll be mental or physical. But you can find something where you say, this is going to be my place of comfort, and I'm going to walk that mountain, and I'm going to find peace, and I'm going to detach from my pain and leave it. Not that we're now suddenly pain-free and never have any ailments again, but to remember that it's not who you are. You get to rise back up from the water knowing that you are whole. And I want to let you know this, just because we are all about mental health here and psychology, is that you are not your illness and diagnosis. You are not your mistakes. You are not the decisions you made in life, yes, they've shaped you. Yes, there's consequences to the things we choose and do and that are done to us. But I want you to know you are loved and that you too can find place of comfort and healing if it's through community, through food and walking and music. But I want you to know that you are worth walking the distance, climbing the mountain to find healing. You too deserve to go to Healing Mountain to find peace. I love what Wardruna does and the music they bring us and how they allow us to tap into the ancient in a way that very few do in this extent. Go check them out on YouTube. I don't understand why they don't already have millions of subscribers. They have millions and millions of views. This song alone, put out 4 years ago on YouTube, has 72 million views. We've got to get them to 1 million subscribers soon and more. What do you think? I will see you on the next ride. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next ride. Ayo!